For those of you who don't know who Joanne is, I know the front row knows. Thank you. They're all like, we know, we all know, but not everybody knows. So I'm going to tell you. So, my middle name is Joanne. That's the name my parents gave me, my middle name. And I was named after my father's sister who died in 1974 from lupus, and I never knew her. But when I was really little, I used to sit at the dinner table with my sister and my dad and my mom in New Jersey with my grandparents. And then on the holidays, or sometimes not on the holidays, just sometimes it was dinner time, and I would see that my grandfather would start to cry, these big, thick tears. And my grandmother would get all choked up, and she would say, "Oh, Joe." And then my father's voice would get really thin, and he'd get up and he'd leave the table. And I never understood why. When I was little, I didn't understand, and I started to understand as I got older that my father lost his sister when he was 15 years old. She was 19. And for the longest time, as a kid, my father and I used to fight, and I didn't know why he would get so mad, and he was so protective over me, and I used to get so mad at him for drinking, and then I started drinking, and I started to wonder why we were all drinking. I mean, don't you sometimes wonder that, some of you? You know, like every family function, there's booze, you know, and it was part of growing up for me. And I used to feel really ashamed of it and not understand this deep sadness and this pain that I had within myself, that when I would see my father cry, I would start to cry too. And I wanted to fix it. So, you know, I made a record called Joanne, and I call myself Joanne, and I dressed up like, you know, Joanne, and my therapist is like, "Don't you think this is unhealthy?" But I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I was going for, was unhealthy. Because the truth is, if I could bring her back to make my dad happy, I would. To heal that wound in my family's life. Yeah, fuck lupus is very true. But, you know, I can't bring her back, but I really tried with this album. And that's what I saw after I created it, the effort that I put in as a daughter for my dad, a real true love, unconditional. And I'm not ashamed anymore, you know, because it made me who I am. So here it is, Joanne.